In January 1943, President Franklin D. Roosevelt became the first sitting U.S. president to officially travel by airplane. He flew on a Boeing 314 Clipper, a large flying boat, to attend the Casablanca Conference during World War II. This was a pivotal meeting with British Prime Minister Winston Churchill and other Allied leaders to strategize the next phases of the war, including planning the invasion of Europe and the eventual defeat of Nazi Germany. The Sacred Cow, a specially modified Douglas C-54 Skymaster, became the first dedicated presidential aircraft and began serving President Harry S. Truman in 1945, though it was initially commissioned for President Franklin D. Roosevelt. This aircraft was unique, as it was designed to meet the specific needs of the president, marking the beginning of official presidential aircraft for exclusive use. Key features of the Sacred Cow included a pressurized cabin, which was a new innovation at the time, making it more comfortable for long-distance travel. It also had an elevator to accommodate Roosevelt's wheelchair, as well as a conference room for in-flight meetings. One of its historical highlights was on July 26, 1947, when Truman signed the National Security Act aboard the Sacred Cow. This act reorganized the U.S. military and intelligence agencies, creating the Department of Defense and the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA. The Sacred Cow thus holds a significant place in both aviation and U.S. history. In 1953, President Dwight D. Eisenhower introduced the Lockheed C-121 Constellation Columbine II as the first official aircraft to serve as Air Force One. The aircraft was named Columbine II by First Lady Mamie Eisenhower after the state flower of Colorado, her home state. The Kennedy administration was the first to designate a jet-powered aircraft as Air Force One with the introduction of the Boeing 707-320B. Officially known as VC-137C, this aircraft entered service in 1962 and marked a major leap forward in presidential aviation. While VC-137C's designated aircraft were already in use before President Richard Nixon's administration, the Nixon government is notable for being the first to use two identical VC-137C aircraft simultaneously for presidential travel. These planes were part of the Boeing 707 family and were first introduced during the Kennedy administration, as you mentioned earlier. During Ronald Reagan's presidency, the decision was made to upgrade the presidential fleet by introducing the VC-25A, a specially modified version of the Boeing 747-200B series. However, these aircraft were not delivered until 1990, during the administration of George H.W. Bush. The Boeing VC-25A aircraft are indeed military versions of the Boeing 747-200B series, and there are only two of them in service, with tail numbers 28,000 and 29,000. These aircraft are operated by the United States Air Force's Presidential Airlift Group, part of the 89th Airlift Wing, based at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland. The President of the United States, POTUS, utilizes various methods of travel, coordinated to ensure safety, efficiency, and flexibility, depending on the mission and circumstances. Here's an overview of the main modes of presidential transportation. When the President of the United States, POTUS, is aboard any U.S. Air Force, USAF, aircraft, that aircraft's call sign is officially changed to Air Force One for the duration of the flight. This designation is used for air traffic control and security purposes to ensure clear and prioritized communication. The United States Secret Service, USSS, is tasked with protecting the President of the United States, POTUS, and other designated high-profile individuals. This includes their safety during travel, public appearances, and at official or private events. Once the VC-25A Air Force One lands at a USSS-protected location, a highly coordinated set of ground procedures begins to ensure the safety and security of the President and any accompanying personnel. These procedures are carried out by the United States Secret Service, USSS, along with other security and military units, and include several critical steps. Yankee White Clearance is a specialized and high-level security clearance required for all personnel who come into close contact with the President of the United States, POTUS, or are involved in operations related to the presidential aircraft, such as the VC-25A Air Force One. During refueling and other ground procedures involving the presidential aircraft, such as the VC-25A, Air Force One, the United States Secret Service, USSS, plays a critical role in ensuring that no sabotage or threats occur. Their presence is essential for maintaining the highest level of security and ensuring the safety of the President of the United States, POTUS, during all ground operations. The security during presidential air travel involves a layered security approach, where the United States Secret Service, USSS, is responsible for protecting the inner perimeter around the presidential aircraft, while local law enforcement and military personnel are tasked with securing the outer perimeter and ensuring the overall safety of the area. Once the United States Secret Service, USSS, is satisfied that the presidential aircraft is secure and all ground procedures have been completed, they give the signal for POTUS, President of the United States, to safely leave the aircraft. This process follows a detailed and strict protocol to ensure both the safety and security of the President.